We could take ourselves back to the 1st of October 1818, and they have landed at Fells Point at Baltimore. The father goes and negotiates the Conestoga wagon, and they set off on what seems to have been actually a really nice fall, as they would call it in terms of the weather. 3-week trek, and they eventually meet up then with Thomas's grandfather Archibald at his farm, which was called Crabtree, and they're looking around for a plot of land, and they eventually find a space that will suit them. It's about 12 miles distant from Crabtree, called Poverty Point. Thomas talks about, as a child, he arrives at a place called Duff's Hill, and they get this vista where they look down on the log cabin and the land around it, and he remembers it being quite run down. The log cabin is actually there, but it's a bit run down and will take some work. So there's that sense of arrival and, just that attachment. He describes it in a way that makes you think it's very homely. He can almost cast his eye forward to this place, this space, somewhere to explore as a young boy and all of that. For them, it turns out to be the projection forward to more comfort, more wealth, as they work extraordinarily hard on that farm for 4 years before they can make their next migration. But this is where the story in America, I suppose, really starts for them. What attracted people like the Mellons to go to America was breaking free of the rent regime. Everything that they work for now, back-breaking work out in the field, every penny that is earned goes into their coffers. But there's no rent, there's no tithe, taxes are low. So it's this kind of idea that powered America was you keep your money, and that they're working hard to generate the money. Now the economic times actually are difficult at that time, and they go into debt, and it's not just all smooth sailing, but you do get this strong sense, I think, of relentless work. But they have that dream, again this idea of the American dream, of upward progression, that if they work hard every year and the crops are good and they can sell them, they can make enough money then to move the next step up in the ladder. In many ways, I think the relationship between this house and the next house is very much the kind of American dream. This is why in many ways the log cabin actually becomes a real icon. It's so much tied up with the romance of the American West, the frontier, the pioneer, the settler, and making that progress upward, expanding the size of your holding, a more comfortable house, all of those things that are quintessential, I suppose, to a definition of, at least materially, we're making progress, we're going forward, and the next generation will take that on and take it further, and that's the next step in the upward progression.